So I'm here with Dana Lyn, the multi-instrumentalist, arranger, composer, illustrator, animator extraordinaire. And Dana, thank you for making this video for Flying Starfish, which I released this week. It's really,
Yeah.
really beautiful.
Oh, thanks for asking me to do it.
Of course. Um, so I was just curious if you could share with us how you got into making illustrations and animations, because I mean I know you as this really beautifully prolific and polymath of a musician. So how did animation enter the picture?
Well, I've always loved to draw, and I the first couple of drawings that I did were album art for my own records, and mainly it was because I didn't have the money to pay a professional person to do the work for me, and also because I had my own ideas that I wasn't quite sure how to relay to somebody. So the first for like I didn't draw for years, and then I started drawing in support of my own musical stuff, and the animations happened that way as well. I was given an opportunity to do a collaboration in a small theater in Hell's Kitchen in Manhattan, and I was working with a poet and wanted to illuminate some of this poetry, and just thought I would try it. I'm not sure why I had the gumption to think that I could possibly do it, but my disclaimer was like, oh, this is my first time doing something, so don't judge me too harshly.
I mean, I love the feel of it, actually. I think it was perfect for the song, and it's a really like thoughtful and caring feel to me when I'm watching the video that you made for me, at least. But can you show us a little bit of that from that video? Do you have any of the art there,
I
maybe,
I
and
I
how you
do.
make it?
I
Maybe
do
tell us
have.
how you make it. Cool.
Sure. Well, there was an obvious character in mind, the starfish. That's one version of the character. There's a bunch of smaller versions that fit the screen. I actually used iMovie for the entirety of that animation because I don't know how to use any other programs. And iMovie is very easy. It makes your parameter, it gives you quite a set of parameters to work with, though, because you can't blend videos. There's lots of things you cannot do. So you have to go in with a method that works for the most simplest of programs. So I have these characters, and then I drew these scenic backgrounds. Here's, say, that's one. Here we've got, these are just pencil drawings. I think there was and then I would just, this wasn't exactly how it worked, but I would just move a character against the backdrop, and I would take a picture of it, and then I would adjust the timings of the pictures to create a flow that I could control time-wise. And then there is the section of the video that is the saw solo, where there aren't any words to tell you what's going on, and there's nothing to very, depict in that manner. I just kind of went abstract with it. So each piece of paper develops the drawing as such in these very small ways, and I'm just going to skip a couple so you can see that it eventually becomes a star. So this took a long time.
How many of those are there, would you
How many
say?
pieces of paper?
Yeah, for that one little solo moment.
Oh, I would say there's like 100, maybe more.
Wow. So you made 100
Yeah.
different drawings for that musical saw solo.
Yeah, it's tracing paper. So you can kind of do them one after another and see where you've been.
Oh,
There
cool.
is, of course, an app that would probably do this, but I don't know what that is about.
And the
Because I still have
handmade
a flip phone.
the handmade nature of it is so awesome, though. I'd say, like that really gives a very specific feel to the video. So
Yeah, gonna go with that.
Is there a relationship between your visual artistic work and your musical artistic life, other than that they're complementing one another?
I think so. I write music, and I think I have the same type of, I have the same sort of detail oriented and kind of need to repeat things as I do when I'm writing music. Like if I have to write a piece of music for someone, I think about it, then I churn out a draft, and then I rewrite that draft like 4 times. And then what I hand in is totally different. And there's something about animation that's kind of the same way, whereas like I think about, I'm it takes me a long time. Then I think about things and I go back and forth in my process of asking questions to myself, or thinking, could this be done a better way, or what if I tried this? So it there's a lot, I ask myself a lot of questions in both of those processes. And also in terms of writing music, also I'm still like sitting there with a pencil and staff paper at the piano.
Yeah.
So I'm not at a computer until the very end. So that process, which is pretty analog, is the
Yeah.
same. And my musical feeling is a lot like that.
Yeah. I love it. Go back to the analog. Or not back to necessarily, but stick with the analog.
Yeah, I haven't
The way
graduated from.
it's very refreshing, I have to say. So cool. Well, thank you so much
Oh, you're
for
very welcome.
sharing. And thanks for making this video again. I'm
Sure.
glad it's
I hope.
out there in the world.
Thanks a lot. Nice
Cool.
to talk to you.
Okay. Bye.
See ya.